Hey guys, it's me Luca, back with another video. Now, I know it's been quite a while since we've done this, and it has, you're right. It's just, and I'm sorry for that, it's just that I've been so caught up in schoolwork lately that I've not managed to have any time to do a video, and at half term, I wanted to have a bit of a break from screens, but I'm back now, ready for another video. Now, if you saw, I did a video a couple of days ago, which wasn't me talking, but it was me sort of bringing up a battle between Logan and Deadpool, and I sort of called it upon you to do in the comment section who you think is going to win. So thanks for all those people who have put their answers in the comment section. But today I thought, why don't I actually do this into a proper video and decide once and for all who is going to win between a fight, Deadpool or Logan. Yeah, so you've heard the intro, so now I'm just gonna go straight into it. So I think in order to properly judge this battle, we need to pretty much get a basic understanding of the characters, as they're both very different. Even though they share the same abilities, they both are extremely different, and I'm just gonna run through the basic differences of these two people. Yeah, so first of all, I'm going to start off with Deadpool. So right now I'm basically just going to do a quick run through of the character's powers and specialities, and I'm going to be starting with what is considered his main power, regeneration, or the ability to regrow or not die. Now, the funny thing with Deadpool's regeneration power is that there is no weakness to it, or if there has been, obviously, like in Deadpool 2 and stuff, but in terms of actual like reveals or certain object, there is no weakness to it. And with other superheroes with regeneration power, like Superman, he has kryptonite, Wolverine, decapitation, which we'll get to in a second. But yeah, Deadpool really is immortal because of the powers he was gifted with. And, well, I mean, that basically may make people think, oh, well, he can't die at all, so that means he could defeat anyone, so why is there a point of us even discussing this? Well, that's because, in this battle, Wolverine, not only does Wolverine also have regeneration power, but also no one said that these two characters have to be killed to necessarily claim a winner, and I never said that in this video, and we'll get to that in a second. But first, let's carry on with Deadpool's other powers. He's good with swords and all of that, so that will basically give him a huge advantage against Logan. Even though Logan's got his claws, Deadpool has much bigger katanas. I think Deadpool's also much more likable. I think much more people would like him because of his humor and all of that. So yeah, those are all the powers we're going to be running through on Deadpool. And next up we have Logan. Okay, now on to James Howlett, or as commonly known for Logan, or the Wolverine, either way. Now, judging Wolverine in this battle is pretty hard for me, as I have to admit he is my favorite superhero. So that is gonna, my favorite Marvel superhero. So that is gonna, I might be a bit biased when discussing his powers. But honestly, I wouldn't call Deadpool's powers too much of a parody or too much of a ripoff, because they're definitely not. Because they both, like I said before, have very different qualities and very different personalities. But Wolverine just sort of has a way that I could see Wolverine winning this battle, if we ever do see a battle like this, is just because Wolverine has more of a drive. It's like sort of the snail, no, not the snail, the turtle versus the hare. The hare was all boasty and all like, oh, I'm gonna win and all of that. And I could see sort of Deadpool being like that in a one-to-one battle with anyone really, and the only reason he's beating people because of that is just because he's plainly stronger. But when you're up against Wolverine, who just has that sort of drive and that sort of brute strength, and not to give up and all of that, I definitely do see him winning, because in this situation he's obviously the turtle Logan. Yep, and I also think in terms of the drive we've been talking about, that does go really well, because if you could remember, in Logan, that was that point where his powers were failing him, and he still managed to get up from a gunshot to the head. So imagine how fierce and how powerful he would be in a fight when his powers aren't failing him, and a fight when he is in his prime. Alright, so now on to the hardest part of this video, which is of course, how will this battle go down? Now, the way I see this battle going down is, I'm not really gonna tell this in sort of a story mode. I'm not gonna tell it like that. I'm just gonna sort of do it points. I'm gonna sort of do like, who's the stronger than that, what person's stronger in that area, and inevitably see who has the biggest chance of winning and who has the most points. So to start this off, I'm gonna start off by the first round, which is going to be strength. Now, both of these people have amazing strength, but when you really look at it in a way of without their powers, who would win? Or not without their powers, without their weapons. So let's say Logan didn't have his claws, or Deadpool didn't have his katanas or his guns or his grenades, any of that. Who would win like that? And I have to say, it's obviously, in my opinion at least, gonna be Logan all the time. I mean, if you just look at the difference of these people in their films now, I mean, Deadpool's never said to be like a strong, bulky guy at all in the comics. So I see why Ryan Reynolds didn't like make the character like all bulky and strong like Logan is. However, I mean, and that's part of the reason why in the comics Deadpool's never said to be a big, strong guy. Wolverine has always been said to be a strong, tough fighter that even without his powers, he would still probably beat someone in a one-on-one bar fight, to say something like that. So I'm gonna have to call it for this round. I know you may be saying I'm being a bit biased because because Logan's my favorite superhero, but I mean, I mean, obviously, just on a one-on-one scale, you could always tell just by looking at the two people who you think is stronger and who you think will win in a fight without either of their weapons or their powers. So for me, Wolverine's won this one, so 1 point to Logan. However, that's only without their powers, so I do believe we are still gonna have to see if Logan is gonna win this fight with Deadpool with his powers. So for you Deadpool fans out there, don't be angry just yet, because we still have to wait for the next round. Yep, so now on to round 2, which is fighting style. Now let me explain this. This is basically how each hero wins a fight, what will be their weapon of choice, what would be their tactic of winning this battle, and all of those things will come into consideration. Now, both of these heroes both have a pretty similar fighting style, as in they both are as gruesome as possible in the way they kill their victims or kill the villain. And they're not like Batman or Superman at all, where those two people would, try and give their villain or the person they're fighting justice or mercy. They'll just go straight into it, kill them with no track of thought. And I have to say, this is probably the hardest round to put. But in terms of how someone will go away with this, I am actually gonna have to pick Deadpool. And you might be saying, how though? You've already said Logan's strong and he could use that to his tactic to win. And you are right. You are right in saying that. However, I still have to give it to Deadpool, because this is where Deadpool's big mouth comes in the way. He's gonna be constantly talking, constantly making, like jokes about Logan and jokes about, everyone else who Logan cares about, and he's gonna get like sick of it, and it's gonna annoy him, and that like may make him go like full rage mode, like we saw in Logan, and start tearing Deadpool up to nothing. But then Deadpool's probably going to use that to his advantage. I believe he's probably going to find a way to make him so angry that he's just going to come running straight at him. Deadpool's going to get his katana, whatever he wants to use, chop Logan's head off, and then boom, down goes Logan, and he's already won. So I think in terms of tactfulness, I do think Deadpool will win, and I do think that's one of the reasons why he has such a big mouth, because it makes everyone just annoyed of him. Everyone just get fed up, and almost like they want him to kill them, just so they could stop listening to his annoying voice just for a second. So yeah, for that round, the point goes to Deadpool for strategy in a fight. And now, next up, we're gonna have our final round. Now on to the final round, which is overall love and overall what each character's done for the Marvel and comics community. Now you may be saying, how does this go into consideration of who would win in a fight? And you are right, but I mean, I just think if one person, especially if they were to make a film of this, which of course there's no way they are going to do this, but if someone was to do that, I just think they're going to go for the person who is loved more and the person who the fans care about more. And now I'm just gonna, and this is probably the hardest one. Forget what I said before in round 2. This is the hardest one, and it's level. It's 1-1. So this will be the round which says who is the ultimate hero. Now, let's start with Deadpool. Okay, Deadpool sort of was one of those. I'm not gonna say not well known, because a lot of people did know him. However, I am gonna say that he was nowhere near as well known as Batman or Superman or Captain America. As when they're making a film about all those people, they don't need to try their best to make sure the people are gonna watch the film, because they already heard about them in the comics, whilst not everyone has heard about Deadpool. So when the trailer came out, I remember a few people being like, why does this guy look like Spider-Man? What's he doing? And everyone was laughing. But then when people actually saw the film, he sort of just came out of nowhere. I remember thinking, I mean, everyone was talking about Deadpool when the film came out, and from his comedy, from his humor, from his violent R-rated superhero film, everyone just sort of fell in love with him. Now here it is for Logan. Now Logan was first appeared in X-Men, and when X-Men came out, that was that time when superheroes movies weren't treated too fairly at all. And because of that, I think a lot of people sort of were like, oh, this isn't going to do too good, because of cheap, cheesy movies like Batman Forever, Batman and Robin, or even the original Captain America film. I don't think anyone really wanted a superhero film, because they were at an age when they were treated so poorly, and they were just really cheesy and boring and all that. But then when the X-Men came out, obviously I wasn't born, but I remember my dad telling me it completely revolutionized the superhero genre. I mean, people say that's because of Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, people say that's because of Fantastic Four, but he said that was the film that remade the Spider-Man genre, the X-Men genre. And so I just think because of that, and because of all the other films he has been in since then, from Days of Future Past to Logan, I mean, I've never seen, I have to admit, seeing Iron Man die on screen was sad, but seeing Logan die on screen was much more sadder, I found for myself. And just because of that, and because he was able to move an audience so much more than I think Deadpool can move any other audience, I am gonna have to say that because of the winner of this round is Logan James Howlett, the Wolverine. And because of that, if I look correctly, that's 2 wins. That's 2 points to Logan and 1 point to Deadpool. So the winner of this match, the person who would win in a 1-on-1 fight to the death, or not even fight to the death, just a 1-on-1 fight, is none other than the legendary Logan. Now, thanks for watching. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe and comment down below if you want me to produce more videos like this, if you want me to produce more 1-on-1 superhero fight to the deaths, and I'll be sure to do one next. I'm already thinking of doing some, I'm already thinking of doing Thor and Superman. I might even do some sort of DC versus Marvel thing, and whoever wins the series will be the better superhero genre. And so yep, I hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe. Every subscription you make matters to the channel, and thank you very much.